When I first was diagnosed with some kind of Alzheimer's problem, I couldn't believe it, because I've had a pretty adventurous life and done pretty well everything and been everywhere. And I just couldn't believe that I could be classified as such.
The foundations of dementia-friendly parishes are to work with people with dementia and their families and help them to continue to live well, doing what's important to them rather than what we think is important to them, and allowing them to access the things they've always done, and to continue to have fun and for life to be an adventure, really.
Initially, I was rather frightened by the whole thing. And I suppose when you're faced with it, you're almost ashamed of it.
Oh, that's going to be wonderful. When I get to know people, I try to set things up based around one or two families. So I've always tend to have something in mind, and I'm working with that as a sort of a silent purpose. And the walking group is one of those things. It ticks boxes for people.
Hi everybody, welcome to this afternoon's walk. The sun stayed out for us.
We discovered that a lot of people had always walked as part of a small group or independently, but that they'd stopped walking because the fear of getting lost and not being able to return home had grown so big that they'd actually stopped walking. So we looked at that and thought that was a really good way, because it goes along with keeping fit as well, and it brings people together.
Going to those groups just made me feel that there were other people the same, and they're all trying to cope with the same thing.
It's an adjustment for both of us, and that's what Maxine told me right from the beginning. She said it's not just an adjustment for Graham, it's an adjustment for you, which it is.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens.
The strongest influence is a feeling that I'm not alone.
He will now say, I have dementia. It took him a long time, but he will say it. And I think the only reason he says it is because of this group Maxine has, and because it's acceptable.
Geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favourite things.
I don't think it stops the decline. I personally don't believe that, but what it does do is gives people their self-esteem back. It gives them their confidence back. One of the things that we do in the groups is we make all groups are for all people, so they're not just for people with dementia.
We, the affected, are less aware that we're affected by just coordinating with people who are not suffering with dementia.
So you'll all be very happy, a bit familiar with it, I'm sure. It's that famous...
I think the reading group is a really, really interesting group. It's grown over the last 6 months into this group of people who are just full of fun and friendship, and they will hug each other when they arrive, and they all know where everybody sits, and that, people just look forward to seeing each other.
We're a small, groundbreaking project, and we are meeting the needs of people with dementia and their families in the community in a way that no other project does. And people with dementia are responding to this in a very positive and creative way, and they feel valued and important.
I don't put on a show. I just get so upset about what's happened to me, and what I saw when I first came here. Couldn't believe it. But having been here now for however many months, I can see progress and the determination of people like Maxine and others to make it happen, you know. And it can happen.
We know that we can't change a person with dementia, but we can change the experience that they have within their own local community. We can help the community to understand that it is their social responsibility to care for all members of the community, not just those who are able.
I definitely feel that this is what's happening here is it should be happening all over the country, and it's not, and it should be. So I think, and it does help.